Number one question everybody want to know.
Yeah. How I did with me. You want to tell the story?
No, because I'm gonna tell all the tea.
Spill all the tea.
He was a friend.
I was in the friend
Alright,
zone.
now how did we meet, babe, for real?
What you mean, how did we meet?
How did we meet, for real?
I shot myself on Instagram and she dubbed me.
And I didn't dub. I just didn't respond to him. He wasn't my type. So then I left him.
I wasn't her type.
I left him in my DMs for like 2 months. And then finally I answered him. But I didn't want to like be nothing. I just wanted to just be friends. Like we could be friends. And then after I finally answered him on Instagram, then we texted for like
a long ass
time. Long time. Like another 2 months. And then he was friend zone because I didn't like. He was like, "Am I friend zone?" I was like, "Yes." I was not into him. And then finally, I had to go to a friend's birthday dinner, and I didn't want to go by myself. So he was like, "Oh, I'll go with you." And then he went with me, and then we was in love.
Yeah, we was in love ever since then. Like we hung out the next weekend.
Yeah.
No, that was during a week.
We went to Top Golf. That was our first day, Top Golf.
Yeah,
and then
I was still in high school.
Yeah.
And I had school the next day.
The next day, cause we went on a Sunday, facts.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we went.
On Sunday?
And you had school on Monday. You had school the next day.
We did.
And then I had to drive him home. And I think it was past his curfew.
I had no curfew.
I dropped him. Should we say like we were so close since the moment we met? Like we were
when
friends.
I got in the car, she was trying to fight me and all, but I ain't even meet her yet. How you gonna fight me and ain't even meet you yet?
But as soon as we like met in person, we just like instantly like chemistry.
Yeah.
And then we hung out. And then after the birthday party, I was at Top Golf. Then we went to Waffle House after, and we talked.
Had a good conversation.
Yeah, and then we finally dropped him off at home. And mind you, he lived an hour from me, so it was far as heck.
But yeah, I used to hate driving that hour away.
And then we just seen each other every single weekend after that, and then he just moved in with me.
This is my folk. This is my friend. And is also my wife.
This ain't got nothing to do with the kids. It's all about money. That's it. Because you get the kids, now you get more child support. That's what it's all about.
I think the prenuptial agreement is out the window, but we'll see how well we do in court.
It's greed. It's greed. You signed a contract. We had a prenuptial, and now you don't like the terms of it because the realization that it's over. Your lifestyle will be no longer the same way. It's greed.
Friedman asked the court to throw out the couple's premarital agreement, saying on 2 pages, Pilar's initials had been forged. Friedman told the court, "There is no agreement. This court has been misled, and the document is not enforceable. Pilar wanted better terms. That's why we negotiated. She asked for $1 million and a $100,000 signing bonus." After growing tired of the arguments by Pilar's attorney, the judge ruled the premarital contract good as he had before and ordered the case to go to arbitration.
I'm just tired of this. Like, move on. Go on with your life. Let's do it. You know, you got a meal coming. Let's go.
Kobe and Vanessa Bryant comes 10.5 years after they said "I do."
They were married for more than 10 years, so she's going to get long-term spousal support, maybe for the rest of her life. There doesn't appear to be a premarital agreement in this case, so this is going to be very, very expensive. Basically, half of what he owns, is probably going to be divided, and then there's going to be spousal support on top of that for potentially the rest of his life.
And when you consider Bryant's salary plus all of his endorsements, we are talking about a lot of money, but it appears both the couple and their attorneys are working to reach a settlement out of.
Hey, let me start by saying this before we get started. And this is to Travis. Young man, for the most part, the family not hating on you, brother. The family not hating. We just trying to look out for your best interest, because we seen this movie play out before. You might know the game. You might know how to read plays on the field. But off the field, man, you seem kind of green right now. You looking real green right now. That's because you're so young. And you don't know how to play the game off the field. Go ahead, take it off. Take over, Caprice.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But also I want to touch on, the fact that this girl is mixed race. She's biracial, she's Black and Hispanic. So we those other videos show you it's not about her color. At least for me, it isn't about her color because as we can see in Dion's case, it wasn't a mixed race. It was a black woman. So what we're telling you is we're looking at behavior and tendencies. It's not because she's of a different race or a mixed race or she's fair color. I don't agree with the snow bunny and all that stuff. I agree with calling what it looks like. If a woman looks like a gold digger, then she's a gold digger. And when you say you're not interested in a man and he's not your type, but yet you're still entertaining him, it is a reason. Now, all women can agree with that, whether you want to face it or not. If you entertain a man that is not your type, you're doing it for a reason. So all we want to know is what's your reason? Because right now, your reason's looking like it's finance. No woman says, "Oh, he's not my type." And then when she see the guy, all of a sudden he becomes her type. You saw him on his Instagram. You knew who he was when he was sitting in your DM. You knew all this. So if he wasn't your type, why did you continue conversations with him? You didn't need to friend zone him. You didn't need to be with him because when somebody's really not your type, you don't want him to be your friend. Were you that desperate for friends? Because that say a lot about you. Maybe there was no other men in your DM, or you couldn't get nobody that a guy who wasn't your type that you let stay in your DM for 2 months. You go back and now all of a sudden you want to be his friend. That's highly unlikely.
Yeah, that's highly unlikely. And my man, you keep telling everybody and scolding everybody about we don't know who she is. No, we don't know her personally. No, we don't know her like that. But we know the game though. We know her behavior, and her behavior is she's behaving like a woman exactly how she told us she felt about you in the beginning. A man that she's not attracted to. See, people that you're not attracted to, you don't go all out. You don't stand up and applaud them. You don't do that extra step for them. You don't have that certain level of respect for them. You just don't. And she's behaving like that, arguing in public, shunning you away when you run into the stands to give her a kiss. Now, this is the other thing too. You say you want everybody to stay out of your business, but you're making TikTok videos telling us about relationship things. And voila, we are a relationship channel. So that's what we do. We're going to talk about it because you're an entertainer. You're in the public eye. You have a public relationship. Hey, that's just the rules. That's just part of the game. And I heard Shannon Sharpe with all this, y'all need to stay out of their relationship. Look here, man. We don't need to do nothing. They got a TikTok page. They making TikTok videos. Now, if you go down a little bit further underneath or to the side, you see comments. You see a place where people can comment. You see a place where people can like or dislike or whatever. So we're going to comment on that's how it's always been. We've always commented on public figures' affairs because they're in the public. Now, if you didn't want us to comment, then you should have kept her tucked away. Or at least you shouldn't be making TikToks. And then she probably need to keep her mouth shut, which that would have been my suggestion in the beginning anyway. But now, before, no, go ahead. I want to go. Go ahead.
Just like you were saying, Shannon is saying that when his ass was sleeping with somebody and he got all on Instagram, what did we do? He was in the news. He was talked about. So you're not off limit. When Chad and his old lady was acting up and she said she didn't want him and he wasn't, she no longer desired him. Guess what? We talked about it. Exactly. That's what happened. Just like with Dion when he ran off the field when he got to his kid's mom. We talked about it. Travis is not off limit. As much as I admire him as a football player and a young man, he's not off limit because he's placed his relationship in the public eye. And with that being said, you're going to get talked about. It's not trolling. People are just going to give you warnings. And her behavior reaps that. Even if I'm mad with you, and I wish to her, to this young lady, I hope you see this. Even when you're mad with your significant other, you never show it in the public eye. Ever, ever, ever. His accomplishment, you always celebrate him. And then when you get home, you have a conversation about whatever it was that you didn't like.
And
Because you're making it easy. You're
this another
making it
thing.
very easy.
On Shannon. Listen here, man. You made a whole soliloquy about everybody need to stay out of his relationship. We need to mind our own business. Or he not gonna buy us no car. He not gonna pay our bills or whatever you trying to say, my man. Hey, listen, bro. I get on with you, man. I get on with you, but in this case, brother, you dead wrong because just by you even telling him that, hey, protect yourself, you getting in his relationship, but just by telling him that, because she could feel some kind of way about you telling him that, hey, man, you need to protect yourself. And she gonna say, protect yourself for what? So, man, listen, hey, we all look at Travis as one of us, part of the family. He represents excellence. He's great on the football field. He's great in the classroom, and really, we ain't seen him in the blogs and getting in no kind of trouble. So yes, he represents the black family. So he's one of the ones that most of us is trying to look out for. We ain't gonna never most people ain't gonna never meet this dude in our life, and he ain't gonna give us nothing. We ain't gonna get no autograph or none of that. But we done seen what happens to athletes once they get in relationships, and it seems like some of y'all are just the dumbest in the world, but that's okay, because that's what the family is here to do. We're here to give you some advice just like your uncle give you. Listen, you might want to rethink that, but most of the time your uncle gonna probably cuss you out or something like that, but that's what we're here to do. So yes, we are going to talk about this here.
And we know that all relationships, when they're challenging, even people who are more experienced and older struggle. But here it is, y'all are very young and you're struggling right now. And we're just trying to bring some things to the surface to say, hey, what you in a rush for? Because when you say for the rest of your life, longevity, that's a long time, young man. That's a very, very long time. So with that being said, what are you in a rush for? If she loves you and she's been there for 5 years, like you say, what's wrong with her being another 5 years when y'all more mature, when y'all have made more money, when you settle? You don't even know how your career is going to go when you go to the NFL. You have no idea what the future holds. So what we're saying to you is just take some time and slow down. You don't need to have everything right this minute. You don't need to. And I'm not saying that you should have premarital sex or any of those things, but y'all been living together. So my whole thing to you is, why are you in a rush to get married? Slow down. If she the one today, she gonna be the one 5-10 years from now.
Exactly. That's exactly. Let me tell you something, dude. So you hear how she talking to you right now. Y'all ain't got no children, not that I know of. I don't know if it's one on the way. I don't know. I'm not gonna put it out. I don't know. Okay, you're not married. Imagine what's gonna happen when she has some kind of leverage, some kind of a child. You married, cause once you marry, that's it, bro. That's it. It ain't no pick up your shit and move out and it's gonna be over. You're gonna have to pay for it. You're gonna have to pay dearly. And if you got a child, you're gonna have to pay dearly. Not as much as being married, but you're gonna have to pay a lot if she start popping out these babies. And I can guarantee you, once a child is in the oven, or once you put that ring on the finger, you think she clowning right now and showing her out right now, it's gonna get even worse. It's gonna get even worse. Why? Because she already told us. See, she thought it would be cute to get online and say those things. Oh, I really wasn't attracted to him. He was in my DM for 4 months. See, she didn't think the world was gonna pick up on that. Because you got a lot of players out here, man. You got a lot of players out here that understand the game. Way more experienced than you in this. And right away, we knew she wasn't playing. She wasn't playing. She said what she really meant. And what that told us is this. If you weren't attracted to him then, and you all of a sudden got attracted to him, We know that's
Was
false
fake.
and that's fake. And down the road, when the people when the crowd stop cheering, the money is no longer exciting to her anymore, and she can get out of this relationship, and she can never have to work the rest of her life, and she can have a really good life with the money that you worked so hard in that damn weight room, catching them balls, getting your body torn apart. She can walk away with some and go be with the person she really want to be with. Man, we caught on to that. That's exactly what she's gonna do. That's exactly what she's gonna do, bro, because she already told you from the get-go how she felt about you. And we picked up on it, and we're just trying to share that with you, family.
And it would be no different if this was the opposite. If this was a woman and a man would say to the fellas, "Oh, she ain't my type, but I'm a sleep with her anyway. I'm a let her spend her money on me anyway." We would be losing our freaking minds. So, sir, this Travis, this is why we're losing our mind, because she says you're not a type. So if someone is not your type, then why are you even engaging with them? Why? Because guess what? Believe it or not, there's a lot of women who, as you were already they type. You didn't need to be
Exactly.
famous. You didn't need to have a dime. There was a lot of women who were your type. Now remember this, and I want you to remember this no matter what decision you make. You made that choice because you jumped in her DM. She didn't pursue you, and she made it clear that you were not her choice. But yet, you followed through. And see, I know that syndrome. There are some men that deem certain women, and they will have that woman at all costs. And guess what it means? Somewhere down the line, you will pay the cost for having her. You will. And I hope this is not your fate. But I just want to warn you that when you say, "I want that woman," you jumping in her DM, said of all the women you could have jumped in their DM, you chose her. You chose her. And she told you, "I'm going to let you sit for 2 months. And then I'm going to let you know you ain't my type." And you still pursued her, got engaged to her, and plan on marrying her. Brother, this will be on you. I'm telling you, this will be 100% on you.
And this another thing too. She's sitting up there, you telling us that she's crying herself to sleep. Of course. Because she put herself in a position where she thought that, hey man, I'm with Travis Hunter. I can be, well, it almost looks like she's trying to be more popular than you by doing them TikTok videos and all that stuff, and basically getting on national TV and shunning you away. So I guess she wanted to be famous like that. But the point but where I'm going with this is, you keep saying that she was there with you in the beginning. She when you was hurt, she bought you a car and all that. Man, yeah. Dude, she's there because you put her in that position in the first place. She there because you the one placed her there, and she wasn't around. So you think that you just would have fell off because she wasn't around? Do you think you couldn't have made it if she wasn't around? That's just common sense, man. Yeah, nobody wasn't around but her. Well, that's because you said
You went and chose her.
yeah, exactly. You chose her to have her around. It's simple as that. It's simple as that.
So she didn't choose you. Remember now, she didn't get in your DM. She did not choose you, and you need to understand that. You are not her choice. Women go into the DM of men they like, and those men are the choice. She didn't go in your DM. And even when you went in hers, she let you sit. And even after letting you sit for 2 months, she finally decided to talk to you. She let you stood another 2 months and then said, "I still ain't attracted to you. You just a friend."
Yeah, man.
And when she had no other option to take her to this party, she called you. You was second. You was an afterthought.
Yeah, after she done went down and we couldn't find nobody else to bring her to the party. You see, she thought she was being very cute. Now, like the young lady, not a bad young lady. She not bad. And ain't nobody saying that she a bad young lady. She's just behaving like a lady that don't want you. She's not that attractive. Her level is only gonna go so far. So her level of attraction for you, it probably ain't gonna go nowhere but up to probably like, cause you in the NFL and we're going to the NFL, it probably gonna go to a 7. But no amount of money, no amount of fame can make a person be erotically attracted to you to the point where they just willing to give it all to you. It just doesn't work like that, man. It don't work. Now you might think it worked like that because you clouded by your emotions, but it don't work like that, man. It don't work. You think that you grew on her, and a guy can grow on a woman. He really can, but only to a certain extent, man. Only to a certain extent.
And let me help you understand something. When you say she's a good woman and she's this and she this, we're not saying that she may not be a good woman. Let's go back and look at that. Because there are women who cook. You say she cooks, she bring you food, she clean, she buys you things, she does all those things. Because you're in her life, you reap the benefits of the woman that she is. That's what you reap. It doesn't mean she likes you. It doesn't mean she'll ever be head over heels in love. It didn't mean that she chose you. It means you met a woman, like she said, I'm neat and I'm clean. So whether you was with her or not, she would still be neat and clean. So she's not doing that for you. Stop giving her props for things that she's not doing for you. When you do trade for trade, you're not doing something for a person. You bought a car, she bought a car. That's trade for trade. Her being clean and cooking food, she got to eat too. So she's not doing things for you. That is who she is. And you need to see it's not because of who you are. When she start doing things for you is meaning not acting up in public, standing up to applaud you, salute you, be your biggest cheerleader, always be over you, on you when you need me to shine with you, celebrate you, be proud of you, all those things. Stand in the back when you need to, not sit down and say when you are greeting fans, well, what do you expect me to do? Either you stay in a hotel or you smile and be there with him. Matter of fact, pull out your camera and take some footage because y'all can use it later on your page. These are things that a woman do when she's doing things for you. She's not doing anything for you. You self-made, sweetie. You
That's
the
it.
prize.
That's all the family trying to tell you, young brother. That's all the family trying to tell you, man. You know, they say it take a village to raise a child, man. That's kind of what we doing, man. You just got out of high school, dog.
Exactly.
Man, you ain't and that's another thing. You need to quit snapping back at the OGs, man. I seen Godfrey, I seen Dr. Umar. Despite what you might think, man, they ain't doing nothing but trying to lace you with some game. That's all they trying to do, man. And man, you just got in the game, bro. At this game. Now you've been playing football for a long time, but this game is a whole different world, bro. It's a whole different world. See, what's gonna end up happening if you break up with her? You just gonna hurt her feelings. You get married and break up with her, you just gonna hurt her feelings. If she break up with you, she gonna hurt your feelings and your bank account, brother. She would damn near leave you dead broke, brother. Scrambling every month. You looking at thousands and thousands of money going down the drain, bro. Put your ass on alimony. All kind of stuff they can do, man. Let me tell you, bro. So, hey, ain't nobody doing them with. They trying. You need to just soak up some game. Just, hey, man, just hit them with the thumbs up. Just hit them. Don't say nothing, man. But man, ain't no use in you snapping back, bro. Cause you look even crazier. And then when you hit the ground, I'm gonna tell you right now. Ain't nobody gonna be there to pick you up. And another thing, I'm gonna say this too. Get them dudes away from around you that's, oh man, they hating on you, man. Oh man, they just hating. Oh, they ain't got no, man, you need to get rid of them dudes. Cause them ain't no dudes. All they just trying to do is hang on, man. They just hang around. That's all.
That speaks to all of immaturity. And some adults need to step up who are close to them. Even if I was her mother, I would be saying, baby, what's the rush? You haven't even found yourself. You haven't made anything of yourself. Yeah, you haven't even finished college. If you've graduated, what do you want for your career? He is not You need to have your own in the event this doesn't work. I wouldn't be advising my daughter to pursue her things, the things that she wants. If you are the one, what are you afraid of? You're acting desperate and very afraid because this is his life. God, women are going to be attracted to some for good reasons because they just like them and they're attracted to them, which you said you wasn't, and some are going to be attracted to the bag and they're going to be going after him. This is what you're going to have to contend with. You're going to sit around other wives, other girlfriends, other fans in the stadium, and you think it's bad now in college, honey. You ain't seen what the NFL can do to you. Them women are brutal.
Shit, I don't know
They
how she gonna,
downright
man.
brutal.
I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know how, cause every time people see her with you, bro, they're gonna be looking at that side eye. I'm telling you that right now, man. I'm telling you right now. She just she just did herself a bad a bad deed, man, by going out here and making them videos and behaving a certain way. It just wasn't it wasn't good for her. And your best bet is probably stay off the internet.
And
You
it's
probably
going to
just
make
need to
it
stay
hard
off. Go ahead.
for those wives to get close to her, like the NFL wives and the girls who are in those relationships, because you're already bringing such a bad stigma. And that's something that some of those women who really love their husband, they work hard at keeping that down. And you're coming in with that already. And taking off the comments and all that, Travis, that's not going to help. Maybe you need to get some kind of PR people and y'all need to have some help. Go to counseling before you get married. Do something. I'm telling you, y'all need help because the way she moving, and she said it, I just have a bad attitude. She's telling you everything you need to hear up front. You say she's selfish. You say she got a bad attitude. She like to have things her way. She said it out her mouth. And I'm not that attracted to you. Man, I don't know what dude would still pursue a woman who said all those things to her.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You acting like, bro, this your first girlfriend, man. Maybe this is your first girlfriend. Maybe this your first girlfriend, man. This first time being in love, and it's you and her against the world. But you better get that mentality out your head,
Hey,
bro. You better get that mentality out your head because, man, it's very seldom that you can get a lot of people to agree on one thing and have basically the same opinion about something. But this is one of the time where just about everybody pretty much story and everybody advice is pretty much the same advice, young brother, pretty much. So you better take heed, man. The wise man said, a wise man once said, a fool only learns from his own mistakes. A wise man learns from other people's mistakes. And you got a lot of people who made a lot of mistakes telling you, don't move like this here. Like Caprice said, if she really okay, this happened. She went on ahead, made the video, did what she did, behaved a certain way. This didn't happen right now. Okay. So since this happened, you need to sit down and say, okay, let's wait on the marriage. If you're not with me for the money, let's see. Let's see what they talking about. Let's see. And you need to wait it on out, bro. You need to wait it on out, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, boy, it's easy to go down there and sign them papers. It's easy. It's because different from us, the common man, and you, we ain't gonna be signing over millions. You is.
and another thing he needs to look out for, he said today somewhere he said something about her crying and she started to drink all night.
Yeah.
She was drinking alcohol all night, got drunk, and cried herself to sleep. If her coping mechanism is alcohol, bruh, you in more trouble than you think.
Boy,
That cannot be a coping. She said, "Oh, um, he picked me up from a party. I was out drinking." So if drinking, she said, "I like tequila." So if drinking is her coping mechanism, when she's hurt, when she's scared, when she's depressed, she's gonna drink and then go cry herself to sleep. You're gonna have more problems than you. How you gonna have children with an alcoholic? How can she be nurtured?
You know what? That made me
That's
think of
crazy.
something. That made me think of something. Man, I'm telling you, better learn, bro. Because a lot of time, hey,
This is unhealthy behavior.
hey, she done had a lot of bad publicity this week and last week. Now, to make yourself look good and you doing all that drinking, things can start to happen. And you can end up in the news real quick, real fast in a hurry. And everybody run around here saying, oh, he's a good kid, got a 4.0, he playing football. But once you hit that blotter, bro, it's there, man. Once you hit that blotter, it's there. And ain't no telling she doing drink. Cause drunk people do strange things. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Drunk people, even the happy ones, they do strange things. And things can happen real quick and get really out of hand. I don't know the young lady. I don't know how she act when she drink. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I don't want her allegedly Travis Hunter did blah, 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 and blah, blah, because those things can happen. Especially when you're in a situation where a other person feel like the world is against them and blah, blah, blah. And I really want out of this relationship. I never should have been in the first place. And how can I get out of it? Hey, I'll attack you. I'll do this. I'll do that. And I'm not saying that's something that she would do, but that's something you need to think about. And you need to look at other people's situation, how their situation went down, and consider that, hey, man, let me not put myself in the position to for some stuff like this to happen. But if she's sitting up here talking about she drinking and she crying herself to sleep, and just like Caprice say, her coping mechanism is sound like a little bit off right there.
Because you cannot defend her against the world. I know you're exercising your masculinity of protecting, but there are some things that you cannot protect the person from. Not and that's self. That's within her. So she may need some counseling. She may need some other things to assist her. Like I say, get her some help. That's probably the best thing. And I will put this off until she learns how to cope with what y'all doing, because this is only the beginning. When you get to the NFL, there's so much more that's going to transpire in your life. And if she can't cope with what's going on now, just imagine what's going to happen when you're there. And I'm just saying, maybe the young lady needs some help if you want to follow through with this. But I would take my time. If you're the venue can be, hold on. I heard you say you paid for the venue, you did all these things. The date can be moved. The year can be moved. I just hope you take your time and see things clearly. And for the adults that are in their life taking witness to this, mom, dad, grandma, her mom, I think that we need to look at this wisely and say they are still very young. And to say, I'm going to choose you today at 21 and 22 years old and go to be in the public eye and go through all the things, the moving around and all the things, the children, missing things. You got to do it all by yourself. If she can't cope with what America is saying about her, how is she going to do all those things?
She not.
I would look at that.
She not. So, young brother, you better take heed, man. You better take heed. That's all I can say.